Hey, welcome back to the Big Exclusive Podcast, aka the new. I'd like to welcome. First of all, wait, let me start over because I'm a little nervous right now. I got one of my favorite entrepreneurs on the line, but this is the all new Big Exclusive Podcast, Business Spotlight. This is a standalone show where I would like to bring entrepreneurs on that I really like. Hopefully, the other co-hosts will get to bring people on that they like and businesses that they want to support. So, Angry OG will be bringing you his version. So, we'll top flight. Maybe Bianca and Jumana will bring you Business Spotlight. But I had to start it off, man, as though, I'm Big Exclusive and one of my favorite entrepreneurs on the planet. She is the owner of SCB Naturals. I've known her probably a little over 5-6 years now. Quick story, she was absolutely one of the few people who took a chance on me in the brand, the website, iCraftMart.com. I saw that she was making some phenomenal products because I had purchased some. And when I was starting out Craft Mart, she is the exact type person and entrepreneur that I wanted to get on the site. She does everything from homemade soaps to butters and serums. And she even makes her own tea, guys. I'm telling you, I had a sample. It is phenomenal. Um, I'd like to introduce you guys to Lakisha Bullock. How's it going this evening?
It's going good this evening.
I'm glad to hear that. Just because I want to flex for you a little bit. This is these are the kind of things that she does. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And if you guys don't know, her website is at the bottom, scrolling across. That's www.scbnaturals.com. Make sure you guys hit the website now, bookmark it, favorite, because I'm sure you're going to want to grab some stuff later. And if you're tuned into the live stream, please make sure you sharing it with the Facebook fam. This will be available on the YouTube channel, the Big Exclusive Podcast on the YouTube channel. Hopefully, this gets a shit ton of views because she deserves it. So, Lakisha, now a lot of these questions I'm going to ask you tonight, I already pretty much know the answer to.
Right.
But for the audience who's tuning in, there's some things that I have to ask,
Okay.
and I hope you don't mind. Um, Let me put that up there because I want to make sure that brand is beautifully up there. Um, so how did what made you start SCB Naturals?
All right. So that's a long story, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible. So first things first, when I actually started the brand in 2015, it was because I myself was going through a real bad case of eczema. So that made me want to fix my skin because I was going to a dermatologist. They was giving me all types of steroids. They was giving me all types of creams. Nothing was working. Even injections. Nothing was working. My skin still was a mess. It was actually getting worse with the stuff that the dermatologist was giving me. So I decided that right then and there, I was like, I need to fix my own skin. So I always wanted to make natural products since I was like 16. So um, I always wanted to make natural products. So that right then and there, once my skin started doing that, I was like, all right, it's time. So that's when I started it. And that's why I started it.
So what does SCB stand for?
SCB stands for She Creates Beauty.
All right, I knew that already.
I know you knew.
All right, she creates beauty. All right, let me just show you guys something. This moisturizing skin lotions. This looks like
Bath
bath
salt.
tea
Yeah.
soak. I want to soak in that. So so tell us a little bit about the products that you offer on the website scbnaturals.com.
All right. So the base of my brand is the soap, basically. That's where everything stems from the soap. It's actually not what I started with. I started making skincare first, actually, and I started making like butters and things like that, stuff that was kind of easy. But the more I got into it, um, I wanted to make soap because I was making lotions and butters and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm still using other soap, so my skin still wasn't doing what I wanted to fully do. So that's when I started making soap. So I make soap, I make skincare. I also make pet products. I make men's skincare as well, beard products. I make home aromatherapy products, and I also make tea essentials.
So staying on the business side of it.
Hmm.
I see they can get the products at the website
Hmm.
scbnaturals.com, but where else can they get your products?
So I am in a few like local stores. They could get my products on your website, iCraftMart. They can also get them at Plant and People. There's another company. Well, there's a coffee shop that sell my soaps, and that is called Foreign Cafe. Let me see. You put me on the spot. There's a couple. Philly Food Works also sell my products. They do a CSA program, so you can basically like add products on weekly with your like veggies and fruit and stuff like that. Let me see. It's somewhere I can't think of all of them right now.
I know you're all over the place, and that's a testament to your hard work and to somebody who's had a front row seat to your ascension into the pantheon of great black women entrepreneurs. First, I want to say I commend you. But as an entrepreneur, speaking as a minority black
Mhm.
entrepreneur and a woman, what are some of the challenges you face coming into this beauty industry so far?
So for me, I feel like the biggest challenge is capital, and like it's not easy for African American women to get capital for their business. Like even like grants, I apply for like different grants and things like that, loans, things like that. It's not as easy for us to get it as it is for other people to get it. Let alone women in general. It's a little bit harder for women in general, but it's easier for white women to get capital for their business than it is for black women to get capital for their business. So I feel like that's the hardest part. Another thing is not being able to like hire, you know what I mean? More people to help me, even though I might need help. I still have to like right now still have to go as hard as I can because I can't afford to hire a whole bunch of people right now. So, I have to keep that to a minimum. So I feel like those are like two of my biggest challenges.
Well, first I want to commend you for persevering, through those challenges,
Hmm.
especially with building such a beautiful brand. What is your background? What made you decide that you could make your own soaps and skincare products and be confident that these things would work?
So my background is cosmetology. So I went to cosmetology school because I wanted to learn the science of skincare, hair care. Um, if I felt like if I went to school and I learned the science of it, like how it actually worked from the inside, then I could fix it, right? So that's where my background come from, and that's been since I was like 11, literally. Like when I was younger, I used to make skincare. Like I used to make masks for my friends, for my family members, and they liked them. They thought it was so. It made their skin soft. Like back in the day when we was making stuff with mayonnaise and honey and all that kind
Right,
of stuff.
right.
I was doing that, right? I was just like search ingredients, and this was before like Google was so big. But I used to like search ingredients, AOL, and and find out like
You've
what
got
worked for
mail.
what. Yeah, right. I used to find out what ingredients work for what, and that's how I started. What made me want to do this was when I was 16, I came across Lisa Price of Carol's daughter. I came
Yes.
across her, and that was it. Like that sparked that right there because when I saw a black woman, a natural haired black woman doing this in her kitchen, I was like, all right, I could do that. And granted, I didn't start until later in life because a whole
Uh-huh.
lot of other things got in between, before I started. But that was like the spark. That was the spark that just set it off in my mind that I knew I could do it. Because once I saw somebody like me doing it, I knew I could.
And so you made mention of Carol Price. I'm
Carol's
sorry,
daughter.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lisa
that's her.
Price.
Lisa
Yep, that's her.
Price. Yes. And like you said, she looks, and as I pull this picture up, I'm looking at her products off to the side of her.
Hmm.
Yours look just as good. I always
Hmm.
want to commend you because I think you take great product pictures. And
Thank you.
when you start that class, sign me up so I can learn how to take such great product shots. Let me ask you this: a lot of your soaps are vegan,
All of them
right?
are vegan.
All of your soaps.
The entire brand is vegan.
So let me ask you, why is that important to you?
So that's important to me because for number one, it's a lifestyle. It's how I live. I'm not fully vegan, but I don't eat meat. So um it's just a way I live, and it's a lifestyle, and I feel like it's important because it's important to be eco-friendly. Like we need to be sustainable. We need to try to be as sustainable as possible. I mean, we sit up here and wonder why the weather is doing what it's doing, and I mean, we're not taking care of the earth. So that's important to me. Like I'm a gardener. I grow a lot of my own food. So yeah, just the whole life of it, the whole vegan, and just having better products, putting out better products for people. That's important to me. It's important for me to have it for my family. It's important for, you know, other families. I feel like black families to have access to these type of products.
And so, with that being said, I know I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second. A lot of, like you said, black families probably need to make the switch from those chemical laden
Hmm.
and heavy, uh, inexpensive soaps out there. Because it's strictly vegan, the price point may be a little higher than
Hmm.
those other soaps available. Can you,
Yeah.
I'm going to add to that, but I want you to answer the question. Um, do you see that as a challenge in the community with the price point of the soap?
So let's go here with it. So it is a challenge in certain areas, but certain people might not, want to spend that money. Like a bar of my soaps costs $10.
Mhm.
However, a bar of my soap can literally last you for like 3 weeks.
That's what
So
I
when
was
you
going to add. It
right,
lasts 10 times longer than
it
any of those
does.
soaps
So
I've ever used.
when you think about it, you can buy, and I'm not naming any brands because I don't do that. But you
Right.
can buy another bar of soap. I'm not going to name any brands. Like I said, you can buy another bar of soap and you can sit it down, and it's going to melt down really
Mm-hmm.
fast. Literally,
Mm-hmm.
you can probably going to get two or 3 days out of it. You can get 3 weeks out of a bar of my soap. Seriously, like they're very sturdy. I use ingredients that are sustainable, as far as like I don't use palm oil. That's something that is frowned upon in the eco-friendly industry. So I don't use that. The ingredients that I use make the bar more sturdy. So, and it's not they are natural ingredients. Literally, like you can eat the ingredients, minus the lye. Everything else in it, you literally can eat. Um, you can actually eat lard too, but that's a whole nother story. That's
Yeah.
a whole
So
nother thing. But
yeah, and I kind of wanted to add that to it because I know a lot of times, because I faced the same challenge. Like you
hmm.
just told everybody that the soap is available on my website,
Hmm.
and I just wanted to add to what you just said as a testimonial. Like you buy a bar of her soap, not only are you being eco friendly and
Hmm.
helping the environment, the products are, I mean, the ingredients are sustainably sourced.
Hmm.
They're vegan, and I'm gonna tell you this: um, the soap is going to last you, like she said, about 3 weeks. And when I tell you it cleans, and she has specific bars that exfoliate as well.
Hmm.
And when I tell you, those she doesn't exaggerate on her product description.
Nah.
She delivers on every single promise for every single bar of soap. And I got testimonials on my page that you guys can go to verify that, as well as, matter of fact, don't go to my page, go to hers, scbnaturals.com,
And
and
I have
just
a
check
five
out the
star
site.
Google rating too.
5 star, yeah, talk your shit. Talk your shit. 5 star
Seriously,
Google
I mean you
rating.
can find it. I mean it's out there.
Right. Exactly. And what the other thing I wanted to say about your brand and your website. First of all, the website is beautiful, and
Thank
I
you.
want to tell everybody, how hard Lakeisha works for her brand. She didn't hire anybody to design her website. She doesn't source out getting her soap made, as you can see in her background. And I'm gonna bring her up so you can see she is in her lab. You can see her tools and exactly. It
We're
is the
going
most
we're going to
meticulous
send it.
workspace I've ever seen in my life. I had the privilege of going to the workspace and checking it out. And she has a very meticulous workspace. Everything is clean and sterile.
Hmm.
She has lot numbers for everything. She's ready for L&I. So I say all that to
Yeah.
say that she is a brand that you can trust, and she delivers on the on a promise of her products and her soaps
Hmm.
and everything that she does. She also has a beautiful website she designed herself, and she works really hard. She looked into the psychology behind why people buy,
The
to actually
colors
and
and
the colors and
yeah.
what's inviting, and she did the work. It's a very user friendly website. The user interface is beautiful as well. So I wanted to commend you on that.
Thank you.
So I got a few more questions for you. Um,
Okay.
one of the one question I wanted to talk, because we kind of touched on it a little bit with what's happening in our community. And let me be honest, her brand is not exclusively for the Black community. She does the East
That's right.
Falls Farmers Market, and everybody stops by her table to buy
Hmm.
her products. And again, I was out there live one day, and I was supposed to be filming something, but I was so
Hmm.
blown away by, number one, the setup, how beautifully she had it set up, but
Hmm.
the amount of people she had to stop and talk to, because just the way it's set up and how appealing it is to the eye, people had to stop by and ask what's going on. And then her regulars, who are always at the East Falls Farmers Market, are coming up and getting their usual orders.
Hmm.
And it was just super dope to see a Black woman in command of her brand, and really like pushing it and representing for the whole community. So I wanted to say that, it's not exclusively for our community, but I need our community to support, because one thing she had said earlier was that, sometimes it's not easy for her to get help. And, she may be in a position where she need to hire somebody, and, what better way than to support her, to where as though she's forced to and can afford to hire somebody that may be in and of the community, who now is bringing in an income because we're supporting her,
Right.
which just shows you the cycle of how something like Black Wall Street was built, because the money is staying in the community. Um, so the question I have for you is, where do you see SCB Naturals in a very near future, and then the long picture?
So, I'm gonna go long first. All right.
Okay.
So, long term, where I see my brand is, I want to have stores, like locations. I would love to get in like Target, but that's probably that's probably it. Like I don't feel like I like how Target set up. I like how they help entrepreneurs and Black entrepreneurs and things like that. So that's one thing that I would like put on my list. You know what I mean, for long term. Target and Whole Foods. That's it though. Like I don't really see like any other brands that I feel like, or any other companies that I feel like they fit where I want my brand to be at. And then my own stores, my own locations. The near future, right now, I'm working on wholesale. So that's like my major, major, major thing right now. I am working on just getting my products in as many smaller locations as possible to get the brand. You bring more awareness to the brand. More people can know about me. More people can have access to it outside of just being on a website or waiting for an event. They can actually go in stores and just buy it. So that's the short term. Like that's where I'm at now, and that's what I'm working on as far as like the rest of this year. Just getting into more locations, so more retail.
Okay, so as far as getting in more retails, I heard you said long term you want to get into Target, and
And
I
Whole
think the other
Foods.
Whole Foods.
Hmm.
So the wholesale, as it's available right now, can any vendor like myself, I have a small beauty shop, iCraft Mart.
Hmm.
So can other small vendors like that access your products wholesale to sell on to retail on their website?
Yeah. So actually, if you go on my website, there's actually a section for wholesale. You just send an inquiry, and I'll respond and give you more details, or you tell me what you want to carry or whatever like that, and we take it from there.
All right. So what are some of the number one sellers? Like what really sells out all the time?
Like,
That rose clay?
yes, rose clay and charcoal. I actually said them right here. How I knew you was gonna ask me that.
Because you know what my favorite is.
Zen Master. That's another one that's I'm over here with it.
Just
And
so
then like
that
all
you
all of
had a
my fruits
Zen
got like
master,
inspiration. Yeah. And they
the
all got
joy is
inspirations
within.
on them.
You had a Zen master room spray that is
Uh-huh.
just
I still have it.
incredible. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
still have that.
beautiful smell.
And oatmeal, my oatmeal products are really, really, really they're really big sellers now. Actually, the oatmeal
Oatmeal and
soap,
agave.
yes, oatmeal and agave. Actually, the oatmeal soap has become my number one seller. I
Okay.
looked, yeah, I looked at my numbers for like the past year, and oatmeal is like it's flying. It's because it's so good for all skin. Like if you have
Right.
eczema, if you have dry skin, people buy it for their babies. You can use it for the pets. So it's good for any skin type, no matter what. You can use it on your face. You can use it everywhere. It doesn't have any fragrance, any scent, anything in it. It's just raw oatmeal and agave, and it's raw blue agave.
Mm, that's the authentic agave, the
Yeah,
stuff
so
they
that's
make
is number one.
tequila
Like that's
from.
right.
Tiffany Ann said oatmeal is amazing for the skin.
Yeah.
You guys, you know, this isn't no different from the podcast. If you're listening live, you can ask questions, and
Yeah,
I'll
if
be
y'all have
sure to,
questions.
yeah, I'll be sure to put them up on the screen because Lakeisha and I go way back. I'm telling when I tell you, I can't get. It's weird when I interview people that I know because I know a little more about them than I would actually like to talk about on air.
Right.
But I'm just, but every time I see your post, whether it's from your page or the business page, I just sit back like, yo, I'm so proud of her and everything that she's doing. Like, she is such an amazing, amazing testament to just perseverance and hard work and getting it out the mud. Like, you're an entrepreneur. Let me ask you this question: do you
Definitely.
because I want to inspire some people out there because a lot of people
Right.
are working 9 to 5 jobs and
Hmm.
then coming home and being entrepreneurs. Do you currently work a 9 to 5?
No, I don't work my business full time.
And let me ask you a question. What would make you leave your 9 to 5 to work your business full time?
What made me do it
Hmm.
was I just took a chance. I took a chance on myself. I took a chance on my brand, and it was time. It was
It was
time. Like,
time.
like Steve Harvey say, jump.
That's right.
It was
That's
time to
right.
jump.
It was time to jump.
You grow
And
wings on the way down.
exactly, exactly. But you'll never know if you can fly
If you
if you
don't
don't
jump.
jump. And like I
Absolutely.
said, I had a
However, let me say this
go ahead.
because a lot of people, they say jump. I had a plan. So
But
I did not
definitely.
just jump broke. Just know that, okay?
Right. Right.
I had a plan. I had a 403B. I had a plan. So it wasn't just I had $0 in my account and I just did it. I'm not going to ever sit here and act like that was the case because it was not. I had a plan, like I said, but I knew at that moment it was time.
Yeah, as a person, Karima Campbell says she would love to purchase some oatmeal soap. I love an oatmeal bath.
I have
Um,
bath salts too, oatmeal bath salts too.
so as a person who had a front row seat to that whole process,
Hmm.
that's why I smile so hard when I talk about you because you're one of my favorite, not just entrepreneurs in the world, but people in the world. Because again, you're inspiring in every way, and women such as yourself um, gives me an opportunity to point to somebody and say, "Hey, she did it."
Hmm.
Right? She's doing it. Wait, it just hit me. It's a birthday today. We got to make sure that we show Um, your gorgeous princess, baby girl, some love on her birthday.
18.
So look right in that camera and show her some love.
Happy birthday, Cameron.
Her daughter and my daughter have the
18 today.
same name. Same name.
Same
Now,
spelling.
granted, we didn't know each other when, like, it wasn't like she had already had her camera and we knew each other and I took the name. No, our paths haven't crossed at that point. Hadn't crossed at that point. Look at that. That's right. Show Cameron some love.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Cameron, on your day, 18 years old.
Yes.
Enjoy it. Please enjoy it, because when you're officially
she had a good time. We went
responsible for yourself, woo. She had a good time. Okay.
She ain't responsible for herself yet.
No. I said enjoy it now, because once you become responsible for yourself, right, that's a different ball game. You know what I mean? It's a different ball game.
I was about to say, because we can't be doing that.
So yeah. So at one point you were a full-time employee, full-time mom, and you were working full-time at your business. Have things gotten any easier being able to step away from the 9 to 5?
No. It's not easier. It's not. No.
So as a fellow,
still, the thing about it is, I'm not working a 9 to 5. I'm working 24/7 now. So
that is right.
There we go.
That is right. People need to understand, when you become an entrepreneur, you don't work any less.
No.
You actually increase the number of hours you work. Let me ask you this, as a fellow entrepreneur, and I just need to know if it's just me. Do you get that level of anxiety some days when the sales receipt from the website kind of aren't as high as you hope them to be? Like, it's a slow day. Do you freak out like I freak out?
Yes, of course.
I like that. This is the whole point of this business spotlight, to learn things like this. Like, entrepreneurship is not easy. It is not for everybody. No. And ultimately, you have to have a plan and you have to have help. One thing I could say about Lakisha, she was more of a not just a vendor on the website, but she helped me out a lot as far as entrepreneurship and where to look to find certain information. She was extremely helpful on, learning and understanding, building business credit. So find you a mentor as an entrepreneur, right? It's super important to find you somebody you can look up to. But just be warned, when you go looking for a mentor and you find these quote unquote gurus on the internet, that's not all people are out to get you or scam you or anything like that. Just be careful who you choose to work with or buy a course from, because a lot of people out here just looking for a money grab. And I'm fortunate enough that I was able to build a friendship with Lakisha and ask her for guidance, and we've been kind of like a rock for each other in that way. She'll call me, like, the new design on the logo. The new design on the logo. Like, let's give people a taste of what it used to look like. That's what it used to look like there, the SCB Naturals.
That's the old logo.
That's the old logo. Let's give them the new logo. It is absolutely beautiful. And here's the thing. We didn't agree. We didn't agree. But I tell you what she did do. What she did was have the strength and the belief and courage of her conviction to say, Shannon, this is it. And you know what I did? Oh, and if it's it, that's it. Like, let's rock and roll. What do you need me to do? How many times you need me to post it? Where you want me to post it? Like, let's rock and roll. If this is what we rock and roll with, this is it. Because again, we disagreed, but at the same time, that didn't change the way I felt about her brand. Respectfully, exactly. Like, again, she's awesome across the board when it comes to business. I'm never as meticulous as she is, and I'm trying to take that from her as well, learn that from her. But so let me ask you this: Did you take any type of training for like product shots and product description? People, please go to the website, scbnaturals.com. Please just take a look. I'll give you permission to step away from the show right quick. Just go take a look. Take a look at the product shots. Take a look at the descriptions. I'm gonna give y'all a little sample, but I need y'all to go to the website. Like, who does this? Like, who does this? Right? Like, who does this? Look, I mean, look, none of my stuff on my site look as good as. That's why I'm going to check her out and see exactly. Take some classes on how to do that. But did you take any lessons on how to take those shots and how to write
So
descriptions?
so not to write descriptions. They kind of just come out my head. Um,
Mm-hmm.
whenever go to write a description, I think about I think of about it as a customer, right?
Right.
And that's how I write the description. Like, what would a customer want to know about this product? What would make them want to buy it? How can I describe how it smell? You know what I mean? And I try to make it like real inviting to the customer. As far as the photography, I literally just took two photography classes in like January and February. So that, and it was like a real, small photography class that I took, an online one. As far as everything else, like I literally like been learning all this stuff on my own. Like I've
And
been
you
learning,
know,
I've been playing with my camera. I bought a professional camera. I bought a bunch of different lenses from eBay. You don't have to buy them full price. Um, I bought a bunch of different lenses and flashes and all kinds of stuff. And like I really invested in myself because I knew that I wanted to really perfect this. And I'm still not even nowhere near where I'm going to be, but it looks way better than it used to.
well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a fan, and I think those are like phenomenal pictures. And I used to be a photographer, but I'm gonna tell you, there's a difference, a huge difference between shooting people
Yes,
and then shooting products. Okay.
absolutely.
You are telling two completely different stories from two completely different angles with two completely different ideologies.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
we got a question from one of our newest guest
What is the
co-hosts.
biggest takeaway from
Yep, she
having?
said, "What is your biggest takeaway from having and running your own business um, full time, whether it be business wise or personal wise?"
Oh, I'm gonna say this: self care. Self care. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. For me, I meditate. I eat very well. I work out. You have to take care of yourself because if you don't, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep doing it. So that is my number one takeaway. Like self care. And we all fall off sometimes. Sometimes I fall off. I don't go to the gym for a month, and then I get back on it. But just really take care of yourself. Like I said, I meditate. I read a lot. So yeah, definitely self care. That's like a huge, huge thing for me.
So I got two more questions for you, and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna get you out of here with a gracious thank you. Um, as an entrepreneur, what advice would you give somebody looking to take that leap and become an entrepreneur? Not somebody who's already doing it, but somebody who's at their job, they're at their desk or doing whatever it is, and they do stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe as a
Hmm.
hobby, but they're looking to walk away at some point. What advice would you give for new entrepreneurs?
I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. Don't give your job 100%. Don't. So I don't care. I don't work there anymore. But when I was at my job, they got 50%. That's what they got from me, and the rest, I was literally working on my business at work. So I probably shouldn't tell people that, but I'm going to say it. I don't care. Um, so that is a big takeaway. I feel like it's important to do your research. If you know you want to do something, I don't care what it is, do your research. There is so much information out there. Take a class. You know what I mean? Like there's business classes there. There's actually a company, a nonprofit called Score. They have free mentors, free business mentors. All you got to do is go on the website, type in, you need a business mentor, what you need it for, blah, and you'll get an email, and they'll give you a free mentor. So yeah, so I think those, just research, please, like do your research, make sure you know exactly what you want to do, like make sure you're passionate about it. Like I'm extremely passionate about what I do. Clearly, I mean, you can see, like I give it 100% because it's mine. It's my baby, and I'm gonna make sure that it's successful. So just make sure you do your research and make sure you know what you want to do, and not just out there. And don't let nobody tell you can't do it. Don't ever let anybody tell you can't do it, because people will project their fears onto you
On to
because
you.
they're scared to do it. They will project that onto you. Don't allow that. Please don't allow that. Don't let them tell you it's a bad idea. Go with it, and that goes for anything. Like, go with it. If that's what you want to do it. Don't stop. Don't let anything hold you back from it. Just go.
All right, last question. Um, this is the Big Exclusive Podcast. So I gotta ask you, can we get the exclusive discount code so that I can send it out to everybody who's listened, and I could drop it on the YouTube. I can drop it in the YouTube description, so whoever watches the video will be able
Hmm.
to get some sort of discount on
Yeah.
SCB Natural Products.
So
Yes.
the I'll create a code for big exclusive. So that's going to be the code. Okay. And
Okay.
it'll be a 15% off. So I will
Hey.
send it. I'll create that as soon as I'm finished. I'll create it.
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you for
No
coming on to
problem.
the very first Big Exclusive Podcast, Business Spotlight. Anything else you want to tell the people before I get you out of here?
Um, I don't really have anything specific, but they know where to find me on my website. They can also find me on Instagram. I'm at SCB Naturals on every platform. It doesn't change. It stays consistent across the board. You can also shop. You can also shop on Instagram and Facebook. So I have an Instagram and Facebook store. You can check out on those platforms as well.
Yes, Tiffany, I got the discount for you guys. Please be sure to head over to the
Yeah,
website.
I'm gonna set it up.
Head over to the website, scbnaturals.com. Follow her on her social media, and I'll post a discount code in the
Hmm.
description box below. Anybody want it? If you know me personally, you can inbox me on Facebook and or Instagram. Lakeisha, I want to thank you for coming through and being my very first business spotlight
No
in the
problem.
standalone show. This is historical for me. I don't care if nobody else thinks it's historical. It's historical for me. And
That's historical.
as the series keep progressing, I can always say you was the very first one, and then
Hmm.
I get to always invite you back because I can
Yes,
always ask you to come through updates. All right.
absolutely.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest
No
of your
problem.
day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye bye.